Yo, what is good, YouTube? We are back again for another one. This is your boys from Unapologetically Men. This is your host, Max, aka Maximilian. And I got my co-host with me, Mr.
Lando.
Real Lando.
Lando in the house. We're gonna get it rocking tonight.
Man, seriously,
Y'all
we
some
got a we got a full course meal for you tonight. This one is called I'm Pregnant. Oh man, so this is the discussion basically to warn the young men out there, hell, even the men that are in their earlier or later years, about the tactics and manipulations that women use to secure pregnancy from a man. First of all, I'm sure like if you're sexually active and you have been around for long enough, I'm sure you have heard the term "he should have put a condom on." That is like the number one male shaming tactic for men who are faced with unwanted pregnancies. Let's put it this way: women have between 15 and I've heard as high as 40 some odd birth control methods. Um, and men, we have three. Technically, you can say four, but one of them I don't include. Those three are abstinence, vasectomies, condoms, and they will even say that the fourth one will be the pull-out method. And I don't even consider that a birth control.
Oh, the rhythm method. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Russian roulette.
Yes,
I'll tell you,
exactly.
the pull-out method is Russian roulette. I'll tell you that
Yes.
right now.
Exactly. So,
Condoms is not really birth control. That's just simply a barrier. That's
right.
all that really is.
Yes, sir.
So basically, there's only two: abstinence, which most men are not trying to sign up for unless they're virgins, because you know when we're young, before we had sex, before we was even
We wouldn't
exposed
know.
to
Yeah.
sexuality, we didn't
Right.
give a damn. It wasn't on our
No.
mind.
Right. Exactly.
So it's like, yeah, abstinence and vasectomy, which is a permanent decision,
Hmm.
is all that men have. But
Yes.
women have like Ben and Jerry's 31 flavors of different birth control that they refuse to
Absolutely.
use. And if they
Absolutely.
do use
Refuse
them,
to use.
and if they
You
do
know.
use them, they don't
Mhm.
follow the instructions.
Nope.
They don't
It,
read the package. They don't follow doctor's orders.
mm-mm.
They just go off of, well, I gained weight. What? You gained 5 pounds over
Mhm.
time from being lazy.
Yep.
You didn't gain weight just because you had the birth control. You gained weight because you just lazy.
Right. And that is one of the tactics that women will use to explain away why they're not using birth control or why
Hmm.
why why they don't go and get the research done into birth control. They'll just they'll just go with word of mouth from every other female.
Yeah.
These are the side effects. But did you do research into the vast majority of the birth control that's available to you?
And
The
more importantly, did you talk
largely
to your
no.
doctor? I mean,
Yeah,
because there's the generic stuff that you could get from the, Planned Parenthood, which is a bunch of BS. I mean,
yeah,
that some of that stuff, to be honest, is a placebo. You actually need to get a prescription for your body, ladies.
mhm,
You know what I mean? If you listen, you need to get something
mhm.
that's designed for you, that's safe, that will work. How do I know this? Because I know back when I was blue pilled and married, I was smart enough to at least go that route. It's like
Mhm.
me and my ex, we've done like four different types, and they were all successful because we I made sure that she followed the instructions.
Right, and that's a red pill. That's the red pill in you right there. 'Cause, like men, we need to be responsible for this. Take
She won't be.
give the woman the power over the pregnancy. Take that and maintain that power. Always wear condoms. Always make sure, hell, even don't even sometimes don't even mess with a chick who's not even using birth control. Like I'll
Yeah.
be brazen, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you see a chick, she bad looking or whatever. Like, yo, are you on birth control? And she's like, no, I don't believe in birth control. It makes me fat. Don't even mess with her.
a baby will make you fat.
Exactly.
You know, they worried about they worried about retaining water. Try retaining a body.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
She'll get fat and your wallet will get slim.
oh, not only your life will get slim. 'Cause
Absolutely.
I'm telling
Absolutely.
you, parenthood cuts your life short. Anybody
So,
that's really doing the job right, parenthood cuts your life short.
oh yeah, absolutely. So men, like I said, maintain that power of wearing a condom and take that condom with you when you're done. Because women will poke holes in your stuff. They will
Mhm.
poke holes in your condom. So don't never accept a condom from a female. Period.
You'd be surprised what kind of amoral things a woman will do when she gets it in her head that she wants to take control of you. You'd
Yep.
be very surprised.
Yes. So
I mean,
period. Don't take condoms from women. Don't leave your condom behind when you're done using it.
mhm.
Don't discard it in her trash because women will pull those condoms from the trash. They will dig out the semen and inseminate themselves. Dudes, protect yourself.
Seriously.
They will do this to high class athletes, high class males, all the way down to the average Joe. As if she sees value in you, she will do that kind of stuff. Don't put it past her. Don't even give her the option to. Not even if you think she's not that type of woman. Don't even give her the option to even be that type of woman.
Seriously. I mean, because I know with my experience, like, mind you, I was married during the time, but still it was dirty. Like, I was trying to have like somewhat of a honeymoon phase, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But then she stopped using birth control and I caught her.
Mm.
And then I asked her why she did that. And her excuse was it was uncomfortable. Now, thinking in hindsight, her mentality was I'm going to make a permanent decision for the both of us. And I know that he is going to take up the full responsibility mantle because of my decision. That
Mm.
was her mentality. You
Man.
know what I mean? Like, if I wasn't that type of dude, if I wasn't blue pill at that time, if I was red pill, I probably would have just lost it, cut her off at that point in time, and found any means necessary to protect my own life.
Right.
You
And
know what I mean?
and on top of that, on that note, it's just like I said, that's why I said don't even mess with females who aren't even on birth controls because women will pretend that they're pregnant, even if you're using a condom or whatever.
Oh yeah.
They will pretend that they're pregnant. They'll tell you they're pregnant. And then it puts a seed in your mind like, well, damn, if she's already pregnant, then I guess, what I'm saying, well, I can't get her any more pregnant. So I'll just not use condoms anymore. Like, what's the point?
Yep.
And now,
It's a okey doke.
yeah,
It's a
and
okey
now
doke.
you're stuck in a situation where you actually are getting her pregnant. They've had women, actual pregnant women, sell pregnancy tests online, Craigslist,
Oh
whatever.
yeah. That's
Actually sell positive pregnancy tests to other women so that woman can trap their man. This is
yeah.
the type
It's a
of stuff that
deception
they're
mark.
doing. Yeah, this is the type of stuff that a woman will do to you. So that's why this is a warning to not even mess with a chick who's not on birth control. If
Seriously.
if she's not,
Years ago, before I
yeah,
got married,
yeah.
I knew this guy and he had this toxic female that he was seeing, and she claimed that she was pregnant by him. So he came
Mhm.
running to me like, "Oh my god, man, what am I gonna do? She said she was pregnant." I was like, "Dude, she said she was pregnant. Where's the evidence?" And
Right.
he was like, "Well, I don't think she would lie about it." I was like, "Dude, she's gotta show you some evidence. You need to pressure her on that. I don't care if you need to take her out into the woods and hold it between her legs, make her pee on it."
Mhm.
So, luckily, I mean, because he was super blue pill. He went back, started questioning her about the test, and wanted to make her take a test just like I suggested.
Mhm.
She refused, but then she ended up giving up and letting the cat out the bag that she straight up lied.
Mhm.
Because I asked him, I was like, "Oh, if she's pregnant, why is she smoking blunts all the time?" And that was the smoking gun for me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And the other thing too is like women will have multiple partners and they will find out that they're pregnant, and the one who is the most potential to be the best provider, she will automatically go to that man and say it's his baby.
Hmm. Pin the tail on the jackass.
Yeah, exactly. And and we have there's stories of men who already have vasectomies, legitimate vasectomies, and these women will say, "I'm pregnant." Like he physically cannot even get you pregnant. So
Mhm.
you're out, riding the cock carousel or whatever you're doing, and then trying to put that onto the better beta male provider that you can find. And there are no laws against this, man. None whatsoever. She pulled that condom out of the trash can and get herself pregnant. Nothing you can do about it. You on the hook for the next 18, 21 years or whatever it is.
Yeah, there is no laws against women's um lies, if you will.
Mm-mm. No.
Only way there's only been one report of a woman lying about something serious and it backfiring her and she had to pay consequences. I don't know if you
Mm-mm.
heard about the story about the woman. She lied saying that she got gang raped by a bunch of guys,
Mm-mm.
and it never even happened because what happened was the investigation, her story didn't add up. And here's the only reason why she got in trouble. She got in trouble because it cost the city money to disperse so many resources to
Oh
investigate.
well. That's where she messed up then.
Yeah,
she
you know,
she cost the
it's
state
like
money.
because it cost the city money is
Right.
why she got prison time
Right.
because she tried to frame some dudes.
No, right. There's no recourse. There's nothing to relieve a man from that obligation. If she's done that to you based on a lie, well, the court is going to stick it to you, man.
Oh yeah, you just gonna go
Stay
down.
away from. 'Em. Yeah, so it's
I
just
mean, there's been too many cases to where it's like a woman had a guy that she could pin the false lie on, and the
hmm
guy went down. There was another case where a guy spent like 3 4 years in jail behind rape, and then when she finally wanted to confess after she then got married and had a child and had this full life, she caught a conscience and was like wanted to set this guy free. The
mm,
prison system didn't want to let him go.
mm.
She actually had to go and fight to get this guy out.
It's terrible, man. And we can pull out the case by case basis, but this happens often. Like this is
Mhm,
happens with when it from teenage years well into adulthood years.
mhm.
You might be a little teenage boy out there if you listen to this. You might be like a little young man and you quote unquote fall in love with this girl. If you're doing your protective thing like your parents taught you or whatever. But when you're in love, or the illusion of love, you start to do things that are not, smart. You know what I'm saying? You don't have the condom right then and there, but you so damn horny because you're a teenager. You want
Mhm.
to get it in, and you'll just start to pull out. That works, like I said, as a Russian roulette. You basically holding a revolver to your head and spinning the chamber.
Right.
And this is
I mean, the dynamics of the whole rhythm method is what they call it.
yeah.
Is basically you have to know her cycle. You
Mm,
know what I mean? So it's like
mhm.
if you want to put your life on the line and play Russian
Yeah.
roulette, you can't do it right away. You need to study her body for months.
Right. And as a young boy, you ain't doing that.
Oh no,
You're
that's
not
never
doing that.
gonna even enter your mind.
No, not at all. You see her tits and ass, and you like, oh, it's time to get it in.
Yeah, it's time to get in. You want to feel it, and
Yep.
and it's like that 30 seconds will turn into 18 years real fast.
Right. And then the funny thing is that this type of stuff is applauded. Not only do they not have laws on it, but in some cases is encouraged
Oh yeah.
largely by, even by, married women. When the husband does not want to have a kid at that time,
Hmm.
will go to her girlfriends and they will say, well, can't you just like, fake it and get pregnant. They will literally plot to do this, and they put it on TV, like right
Oh yeah.
view. You know what I'm saying? What's that show? It's
Oh, the Wendy Williams.
no, not Wendy Williams. This is a show on Netflix.
Because Wendy Williams got up there asking
Yeah,
her audience about, oh, should she trick her man into getting her pregnant, and the
yeah.
whole audience erupted in clapping.
Yeah, like that stuff is applauded in mainstream, even in mainstream media, is that common. So when we're talking about this stuff, gentlemen, we're not just talking out of our ass. This stuff you can watch shows. When you're a red pill, you can watch shows and pick this stuff out. The show that I'm thinking of is on Netflix, and it's by Alyssa Milano is the star of the show, and she's basically a prostitute the whole show. And but her friend is married, and her friend wants to have a baby, and
Mm.
her husband doesn't want a baby yet. And they literally sit down and have a discussion on tricking him. Like she was like, "Should I trick him?" And I was like, "Is that even a question?"
Yeah, it's like, oh man, I mean, just the level of conniving manipulation,
Yeah.
it's like, usually you don't find this type of behavior in men unless it's for a specific purpose, like warfare
Mm-hmm.
or assassination. You know what I mean? You don't
Right.
find this type of thought process taking place just in regular social relationships.
No, not at all. And in reverse, like I said, like as we spoke to it earlier, a man is actually shamed for doing, these type of things. Like
Oh yeah, because it's just
woman
underhand.
gets pregnant, if the woman gets pregnant and he was not on board for the pregnancy, the tactic and the shaming line is, well, he should have wore a condom. Like it's like all of the responsibility for the pregnancy is put onto that man, regardless of the fact that women are the gatekeepers to the sexuality, and regardless of the fact that birth control is largely a female oriented field. You know,
Mhm.
it just makes no sense. So men out there,
The responsibility is never on the woman, because
no.
what if the man finds out that the heartbreaking reality that he can't trust his wife or girlfriend or whatever, you know what I mean?
Mhm. Mhm.
Because it's like, as men, we understand, some of us understand at some level, that relationships are transactional. So it's like, if I give you my trust, it's only natural that you're supposed to give me yours, and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
But if a woman betrays that, then the man gets shamed, like, well, he should have picked a better woman,
Yeah. Yeah.
or he should have knew. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
how can a man just know everything instantaneously? You know what I mean?
Man, you never know, dude.
You
So
know, but if a man betrays a woman's trust,
mhm.
he rightfully gets the blame. But a
Oh,
woman
yeah.
rightfully gets the blame for what she does.
Mm-mm. He's just a pig.
Right.
That's automatic.
Yeah.
But
In her case, oh, she must have had a good reason for doing what she was doing.
oh, absolutely.
You
Always.
know, maybe she
Always.
felt differently. It's always that. You know what I mean?
There's no accountability when you talk about females on that level. So, but the future is looking a little different out there for us men. They are working on, and supposedly they had been working on this since the 1950s.
Mm.
But the male birth control pill is a topic that is starting to come up more and more these days. But at the same time, you have, you know, there are two aspects of the male birth control pill that kind of puts it on a slow pace. One, the way that they use the male birth control pill, the way that it works is it actually reduces testosterone, and so
Whoa.
yeah, it actually reduces the testosterone.
You might as well put men on Ritalin.
Right. So what it does is it reduces the testosterone and thus making the sperm count drop dramatically, basically to pubescent boys. to the pubescent boy level. So
So that's castration.
yeah, that's basically what it is.
Castration.
Yeah,
No
it's
man is going to sign
castration.
up for that.
Right. It's castration through a pill format. But that if it was strictly targeted, not like a vasectomy does not affect the whole testosterone system.
I mean, there's plenty of men out there that have a low sperm count, but not low testosterone.
Exactly.
You
So
know what
that's what I'm saying. Like a vasectomy is a pinpoint target, it's a physical act
I
where
mean?
it's not going to bother your testosterone.
Right.
But this pill being something that actually reduces testosterone, that's kind of a red flag for me.
Yeah, that is because if your testosterone drops, your your propensity to be aroused is gone.
Yeah,
It
it's
will
gonna
just
drop.
disappear.
It's got to.
So
It's
if
got
any
to.
man takes this type of birth control, he's castrating himself, and to the point to where uh he probably may not even notice his woman ever again.
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
years ago there was a story on 2020 about a man who
mhm,
had a, a tumor of some type, and it
mhm.
was disrupting the flow of testosterone in his body, so the estrogen levels were very high.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like if you're dropping the testosterone and the estrogen levels in a man's body stays the same, what does that mean for his biological, what does that mean for his physicality after that?
Well, I was just about to tell you, because I mean, the way he grew up,
Yeah.
uh, he kind of had man boobs, and after a
Mhm.
while, they actually secreted fluid.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So, and plus, while his peers were going through puberty
Yeah.
and noticing girls and stuff, he was just completely oblivious to it.
Wow.
It's like everybody was like, "Oh, check out that woman," and he'd be like, "What are you guys talking about?" You know what I mean? So
Wow.
when he got older and he became a man, he still had this issue with his nipples and his chest and everything.
Yeah.
So, he thought maybe I should go see a doctor. The doctor, they gave him a CAT scan, checked him out. They're like, yeah, your testosterone level is like through the basement, and your estrogen levels are pretty elevated because they've just been like, there hasn't been any restraint on them
Yeah.
because of this tumor that's blocking how things are working. So when
Right.
they cut that out, everything kind of bounced back up. His weight got under control. His man boobs went away. The secretion from his nipples stopped. And
Mhm.
and mind you, he was living in like Southern California. So it's like
Oh, yeah, that's like a mecca of body.
exactly. So if you're walking down the boardwalk and you don't notice not one woman, something is wrong with you. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Absolutely, dude, absolutely.
So by his own account, after the operation, he went down that boardwalk and he couldn't keep a hard on down for more than 2 seconds.
Mm.
And and it's like when he finally got a girlfriend or whatever, needless to say that she did not go unserviced.
I heard
So
that.
to make a long story short, based on what you're saying about the male birth control pill, that's going to be deadly for men.
Yeah.
It's not going to be nothing nice.
Yeah, right, right. So
Now, if they
that's
were to make the birth control the right way,
yeah.
world peace might just break out.
I know, right?
I mean, seriously, because
Well, that's the other that's gonna lead into the other thing too is the other thing that's slowing this process and research down is the fact that companies that are, that have their business in the female market
hmm
birth control, well, the male birth control is gonna cut into their profits.
yep,
It's gonna cut into their profits drastically. They are lobbying or doing whatever they need to slow this train from coming. Secondly, feminists want to maintain that power over the reproductive system.
oh yeah,
Giving men the power over reproductive system,
hmm
they cannot imagine what we will do with that. So
oh
shaking in their boots, they are lobbying themselves to block that kind of that kind of power away.
Oh, you know what the bigger implication too? The political side of it.
Yeah.
Like, think about this. We know that family division is a business. There's big
Mm-hmm.
money in keeping families broke up.
Yep.
So if they come out with a birth control pill that is actually effective for men,
Mm.
there's not going to be any more paternity fraud anymore.
Nope. Nope.
So that means there's going to be an increasing decline in child support to the
Mm-hmm.
point where it's going to disappear
Yep.
because women won't be able to pin the tail on the donkey
They
anymore.
won't be able to leech. They won't be able to leech off of men anymore.
Yeah, that's really what it's going to lead to.
Yeah, they won't be able to, and they're gonna have to take some kind of, like I said, they want equality, but they don't want the responsibility of equality.
Which means they want superiority.
Yeah, yeah. So we're finally coming to the close of this meat and potatoes, and I'm gonna leave you men off with two stories. One is the blue pill version of me from back in my teenage years, and and I'll end with a red pill story for me today. The blue pill story, there was a time, like, this is back when I was like 18 years old. I'm 38 now. Um, I had a girlfriend at the time, fine little thing. She was a little red bone girl, long black hair. She was mixed. She was biracial. Um, uh, she was she was just mentally unstable. Like, I don't know. I had this I had this draw to the chicks, but she was mentally unstable. And her family, her home life wasn't the greatest either. So the blue pill me is she's tugging at that provider protector inside of every man. And that's what I had inside of me. Is being that I grew up with a single mom. I had that provider protector element that was super strong with me. So here I am looking at this beautiful young girl, and I'm just like, I want to save her. I want to love her. I think if I love her just enough, we'll live happily ever after. All that hogwash and all that bull crap. But there was a point in time where she then, started to say that if she had a baby, she would be even happier. So I am trying to do all that I can to make her happy, and I'm actively trying to get this girl pregnant
Whoa.
in my blue pill, Captain Save a Hole mentality, to get her pregnant so we can, like, experience life together and be happy. I'm 18. The other problem is she said she was 16, but
Oh,
after dating
man,
her, right? After
that
dating
was
her and
taught
being
behavior on
yeah,
her part.
yeah. So after dating her and being with her for a while, find out she's actually 13. So here I am, falling in love with this seemingly un too young of a girl, and I'm actively trying to get her pregnant. But in my conscious mind, I'm thinking this is not the right thing to do. But my blue pill was fighting, saying, if you just make her happy, just make her happy, just make her happy. Luckily, I didn't get her pregnant, and ended up cutting it off with her. She broke up with me, and then tried to get back with me, and I never even went back. I was like, no, no, thank you. She was
Man, that's heavy duty, man.
yeah, she
So,
was so
all right,
desperate to get me
let's
back,
tally
man.
this up.
Yeah. So
So,
listen, she was so desperate to get me back that she was like, I'll even let you see other girls. That's how bad she wanted me back. And I was just like, thought about it? Nah.
wow. All right, so let's tally this up. She was younger than you,
Yep.
but even younger than you thought because she lied about her age.
Yep.
She was trying to trick you. Well, not trying to trick you. She was trying to manipulate you into
Yeah.
getting her pregnant.
Yeah. She was tugging at my heartstrings.
And then, even more so, her self esteem was so low that she wanted to be with you at the expense of still letting you talk to other chicks too.
Exactly.
So yeah, she was a special kind of crazy.
Exactly. That's
Something wasn't right at home.
exactly. No, not at
It's
all.
like she was trying to get you before you even approached your manhood. You weren't even a man yet. It's
No,
like you
no.
still had a ways to go and a whole lot of guidance to get
Yes.
under your belt.
Yep.
And she tried to take full advantage of that.
Absolutely. I was wrapped up in those. Like I said, when I say she's 13, dude, we're talking about a 13-year-old with a 36C.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
She
yeah,
had
I recognize that how
whew,
like, you know,
Lordy, I was so I had no
she looked like she was grown.
visible indicators that she would be younger than what she said she was. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, because at your age,
walked
it's not like
around.
you checking
Yeah, this
body.
girl walked around with a 36 C cup breast size, and I'm like, good. What I'm saying, I'm 18. I'm hormonally ready. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to go. Like the long black hair she had, she was it looked like it was Indian hair almost, but she was, like I said, she was mixed though. She had a white mom and a black dad.
Mm.
The dad was an actual officer. So that
Man, that would have made matters worse.
yeah, that was the other even crazier part. I even came to him like a man and told him that I was in love with his daughter. We did a whole hashing out thing or whatever. But like I said, that whole thing, I escaped that one. So let's fast forward to the red pill version of me.
All
So
right, before we get to that, I
yeah,
just want to say one quick thing. I don't
yeah,
want you to lose your train of thought. I find it interesting how in these households, fathers that have just like a prominent title end up having the most whorish daughters.
yeah.
You
I,
ever realize that?
I
Whether
don't know
they're
how
like
that
police
happened, dude.
officers, judges, pastors, school principals, they got these daughters that are just loose.
Yeah, dude.
It's
And the thing is too is that she had two other siblings, a sister and a brother that were younger. And
mhm.
the dad being a officer, being a cop, they had the cops called to their house on multiple occasions. Domestic violence and dispute between the mom and the dad. Like they were always fighting.
That's weird.
Yeah, so it's just like I guess she was like trying to escape that atmosphere, and I was trying to save her from it. And who am I to save a chick at 18 years old? I'm living at home, going to school, about to go to college. Like
Right,
I ain't got no resources to be saving no chick. So I'm like,
right.
best thing I can give her. Oh, she wants to get pregnant. Okay. It's like
Yeah.
dumb,
And
dumb.
and and it's like at that age, you don't realize that, having a family is not
Mm-mm.
an
Fairy tale.
experience that, to be had at that age because it comes with a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, and it's fairy tale. Like you watch too many damn movies. Like
Mhm.
my mom's being a single mom, she didn't hit me on this that females do this type of stuff. Like she didn't give me that part of the game. She didn't give me no game.
Yo, yeah. Being young, a
Like
lot of us didn't get game like
yeah,
that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Only
So
thing we
so
got as men, only thing we get is instruction.
yeah.
Do your age, do what you're supposed to do, respect your elders, and that's it. And then we get forced out the house.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Whereas women, they get far more equipped with a lot of things because their vagina is like the more precious than platinum.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
it's like the family doesn't want them to bring shame to the house, so it's like they get equipped with a whole lot of other knowledge,
Yep.
whereas men we're disposable, we're fodder.
Right.
It's
Right.
like just do A, B, and C, and then that's all you really need. The rest you got to kind of learn on the fly.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's what I did. I mean, it was so much so that I had my own condom before my mom even talked to me about having sex. Like that like she was like, "Oh, I wanted to get you a I wanted to do."
Hmm.
Man, I'm already past that stage. Like, where you been?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Dude,
It's
I
like
know
women,
I'm gonna tell
how
mine
do
extra early.
yeah, and you know, and being that she's a very Christian woman, I don't think she would even go that route to tell me the pitfalls that women will try to, you know, the pitfalls of having sex with girls, that because of the manipulative nature of a woman. Like she would not go that route to tell me.
Oh, a Christian mother won't tell you nothing about that because in their mind they believe you ain't supposed to be having sex no way, so you don't need to know nothing.
Right. That's
That's
why
the
she waited too
mentality
damn long.
of women.
I
You know
already
what I
had
mean?
my own first condom before I was already looking at porn by then, dude.
Mothers, I'm gonna tell you now. Talk to your sons. If you ain't got a man around, talk to your sons about sex. It's not to encourage them, it's to protect them.
Oh yeah.
Drop your own ego for a little while and tell them how wicked your species is.
Yeah, but I
All
don't
right,
think they'll do
that's a
that
little
though.
overboard. I don't want to say
Yeah.
species, but seriously,
I don't think they'll
all
go that
jokes
route though.
aside, you really need to, the female mentality. Protect your sons. It's
Yeah,
important. You don't think
absolutely.
it's important now, but when they bring home a whole lot of hell and a grandkid that you ain't ready for, then
Hmm.
you're gonna be wishing you did say something.
Right, and I think the closest person that will do that is actually the grandma, the grandmothers. The grandmothers are the only people I know that would be like, "Don't be going with that fast ass girl." Like they will call it out. Moms usually won't call it out, but grandma will.
Yeah,
Anyhow,
grandmas will, but it's like
yeah.
you got to be in close proximity of grandma.
Oh yeah, you have to have a good relationship with grandma. Oh
Yeah, I mean, not just good relationships, but close proximity. Because I remember
yeah.
back to when my grandmother first met my boys.
Hmm.
Her first question is, "Where's the mother?" And then when I said, "Oh, she left," she was stunned.
Wow.
Like she couldn't understand. She couldn't wrap that around her mind that a woman would just up and leave. And I was like, Grandma,
Right.
it's a new generation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Women will do whatever they want with impunity.
Yep. And they got that whole they're all backed up by that woman can change her mind when she feels like it.
Yeah. And it's like to this day, I mean, she's still scratching her head. Like,
Mhm.
I don't understand how she could do that. So it's like, to make a long story short, given the circumstances, she wouldn't know how to call out this behavior because it's unheard of in her generation.
Mm, mhm.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like
exactly. Exactly. I feel
she
you.
knows about fast women, but she don't know about women that walk around acting like dudes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I feel you.
That's a new thought process.
Yeah. That's a new way, new age feminism right there. But anyhow, let's wrap it up by the red pill story. And this was a more recent story for me. You know, I was out at the local spot, like I am, uh, and these three chicks come in from California. That's that's a lot of tourists that come to our area. That you know, so it's hard for me to ever even run across, you know, women that are from here. Most of the time, they're from somewhere else. So I am out with my wingman Joey, and we are out chilling. And long story short, this chick who was like the alpha chick of the crew just drags me and my man back to their hotel. Um, so he ends up leaving, and I end up staying because I was like, man, she fiending for me, so shit, I might as well go ahead and get it in. But the thing is that we took a taxi. We took a taxi from where we were to where their hotel was, which is a pretty good distance away. Um, and I left my condoms in my car, which is in the garage, back where we were, you know, back at the bars and whatnot. So I didn't have anything on me. I usually just had them, you know, in my gym bag or something like that. I didn't actually keep them in my cell phone case because it just makes my pocket uncomfortable to you know to sit down or whatever. So I didn't have anything. Get back to the hotel. Long story short, we start getting it. We start shutting down the lights or whatever. And I'm in one bed with the chick, and these two chicks are in the other bed because that's her friends. Well, they all like tucked in and cut the lights off, and this chick is on me, spooning up on me, and I'm like, I start kissing on her neck or whatever, and we start getting it in, start getting clothes off or whatever, and I asked her, does she have any condoms? And this is me, saying like I just spoke of don't even take condoms from other females, but at this situation, I was like, there was the blue pill in me and the red pill in me fighting at the same time. The blue pill in me was like, okay, this is one of the first females you're gonna get, you got after separating from your ex, and going through that whole thing. So who knows when the next time you're gonna get some. And so I'm like, oh, okay, we're getting it going. I asked if she had anything. She goes, no. And I was like, damn. I was like, the red pill in me was like, no, not, and just cut it off, bro. Cut it short. She solidified it.
Skate.
Yeah, exactly. She solidified it when she said, you can just pull out. I'm like, I don't even know you. No way in hell am I sticking it and then using the pull out method. I was like, when I was 18, I had better control over that stuff, but I'm 38 now. Some stuff just get out. I ain't trying to have you go back to California and then 10 years later, oh, hey, you got a son, or hey, you got a daughter. No,
Yeah.
So the red pill in me said,
and that is very possible.
yeah, and the red pill in me said run. So I told her, I was like, oh no, baby, I can't even do that. So ended up just fooling around, with in other ways. And then I headed out the door, dude. And she was like, all right, well, just go ahead and go. And I was just like, all right, well, it was nice meeting you. Nice. I had a good time.
Right.
I
You know what? That really highlights something that I thought of. Like, I used to talk to other guys and ask them, "Hey, man, you got any kids?" And some of them would say, "Not that I know of."
Yeah,
And
that don't make any sense.
I would not understand what that response meant
Mhm.
until I got older. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, they're saying not that they know of because they've been with women, but
Mhm.
they're no longer talking to those women, but who knows what those women are actually doing, especially since they may not had unprotected sex.
Exactly.
If they strike it rich one day, they might have a bunch of chicks coming out the woodwork saying, "Hey,
You owe back
I
child
got his
support.
kid.
Yep.
He owe me back child support."
Yep.
In this day and age of Me Too, women
Mhm.
can just say anything
Yep.
against men and it will stick.
And it's all about her word. There's no due process. So
Yeah, just the court of
yeah,
public opinion. That's it.
exactly. So on that note, man, protect yourself, stay wise, stay wise, stay woke. And this is your boys from Unapologetically Men signing off. Maximilian,
Lando.
and we out.